Hey, hey, hey. Yes. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. I'm live, guys. Hey, let's wait for a while. So, welcome, guys, to this Facebook Live. So, I'm going to share to you my screen, which actually you already saw it right now, right? So, today we're going to discuss about unsuccessful people and successful people, the difference. So it's Saturday night right here, so what I'm going to share to you tonight is it's probably the one of the best concept I can share to you in this whole entrepreneurship journey. And this can be something that might be an eye opener for you on what's really happening, why there are successful people and unsuccessful people as well. So recently I asked this question in this group on what you're gonna ask to successful person if you ever met one. So and their answers led me on this lesson that I'm going to share to you right now. All right. So now, if you're someone who's struggling or you are someone who had set a goal before and you end up not hitting your target, or you are someone who are determined to make a change in your life and you wanted this year to be the best year in your life, but you kind of like feel stuck right now, or probably you are someone who's still waiting for the right time to take action. I believe that this lesson is truly going to change your worldview on how successful people become successful. Um, Let me know, guys, if you're watching this live, just hashtag live or watching this replay, and just leave some comments if my audio is like getting choppy along the way. So, so let's continue. All right. So I believe that there's truly this lesson is going to like shift your mindset or your worldview in how they think, because there's something that is different from successful people and unsuccessful people, right? What I believe is that this is the secret sauce that everyone is searching for. This is something relates to one of my favorite business personal development book, Think and Grow Rich, which by Napoleon Hill. But by the way, if you haven't read that, just give me some comments like Think and Grow Rich, so I can drop the. I have an audio book and a PDF book of it. So if you ever read that, it mentioned about the secret that had been scattered on the book, and only the people who are ready for that secret will kind of like distinguish it, right? And this is not about the strategy, the technicals, or the tactics you can learn from different gurus, mentors, or people you follow that stops you from being successful. And it is actually how you think. That's the secret sauce of successful, right? But it's how you look at the worldview or how you view things in perspective. So there's one part of our training where my mentor share about this industry, that this industry was designed to make you feel like you need to know something. You're missing something or you cannot move forward without this key information. And basically, he said to his students that time, which by the way, now my mentor, that you already have what you need inside of you. You don't need any more information. You don't need to digest more course or whatsoever, because what you need is already in you. And he was like, so now I made 500,000 a year. What do I need to get? What do I need to do to get to $1 million? And this mentor replied that time, Zach, did you just listen to the words I just said? You already figured it out how to make $500,000 in 1 year. You just do more of the same. Like after hearing this story, it was then I realized that this industry is designed to make us feel confused. It make us feel stupid. Like that we feel that we're not enough and we had no clue to be able to connect all the dots and become successful. But I'm here to tell you it's not. You're enough, and it's how you think that will make you successful. Give me a yes if this makes sense to you guys up of this moment. So thanks for hopping on just now. All right. So and please let me know if my audio is loud and clear, so I can leave a comment if you get value on this. Smash that heart button so you know that this video will show up to other members' newsfeed as well. Now, what I'm gonna share to you here is the tale of two entrepreneurs and the missing person in the picture. By the way, there is a missing key here. So this is not just about what most people perceive to be difference between the two entrepreneurs. And to be completely honest, guys, with you, I learned this concept from my mentor that he also learned from different mentors he follow along his journey. And I can tell you, This is one of the powerful concept I learned inside the SAMH training. For some people who had been in this group for quite a while, I mean, I shared this story before in one of my Facebook lives where I mentioned about the types of marketers, right? If you ever watched my live before, and this story is that I'm going to share to you is kind of different from that story, and this is more of the difference of successful people and unsuccessful people. And what I can tell you with 100% certainty is the way you think is gonna determine whether you will be successful or unsuccessful, or like what will your life look like in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. Because in whatever you do in business, relationship, or in your health, if you don't get your mind wired right, I mean, give me a yes if this is your kind of like this kind of person in the past. So let's say you read one article or you watch someone and get motivated, or let's put it this way, like last January, as you started to get drunk or enjoying the new year, you start to set goals. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to start my business, I want to get my six pack abs, or like I want to get I wanted to have said my wife get married, something like that. We have set goals, right? Like we do it every year, like it's very common to us. Like what happened is, if you fall short on the first 30 days because you didn't get your mind wired right, and it goes all throughout the year, that you just still on the same spot where you are last year. Like except of course your age, when it's because your basically your mindset. When you learn to think like successful people think, that's going to be a life changing for you. Have this ever happened to you guys, not only for this year but for previous year, or you say something like you want to do this, but you want to do this kind of thing but you didn't push through? Because to be honest guys, this person B right here, this is me years ago. I was the person B. If you know my backstory, I was the easy-go-lucky guy who will get drunk every week and on the New Year's Eve, living paycheck to paycheck, and I was master of excuses, living life without purpose. Until this happened. There was a time when I went back to my Philippines for a 1 week vacation, which I every year do. So and I didn't know that in that week my life will start to change. So 1 week is over and I'm about to leave and come back here in Singapore for work. So normally what I will do is I will put my daughter to sleep so that I won't have hard time saying goodbye, because as you know, as a parent, we don't want to see our children cry, right? So it kills us. So I carry her to make her fall asleep on my shoulder, and I lay her down on bed slowly and cautious so she won't get awake. And she already sleeping, so I say goodbye to my wife. So like kind of kisses, hug, and stuff like that. But as always, I wanted to have a last kiss goodbye to my daughter. I walked slowly to avoid her to be waken up, and as I reached her bed, I slowly leaned on her and getting close at her. So my heart start to beat fast, my breathing start to get really tight, and I can feel my blood rushing to my face. Like I hold my emotion, and just like I say this to myself. I mean, what the hell are you doing with your life? Fuck that. Like it was a big realization to me. Like that moment really, like the feeling that you are being poured with cold water suddenly, in just an it's just an instant, right? From there I decided to change. And that leads me now to running a business. And literally, I don't believe on this mindset stuff before. When I get started in this business, I was the guy who want to jump on the tactics and the strategy, like, and I just keep consuming ideas and tricks or tips or whole hacks and all over the place. But I want you to understand, tactics alone don't get me far. My mind is not wired right, and honestly, I was about to quit that time. Because I can tell you, if just doing tactics, strategies, and your mind is not wired right, it's 100 times easier to quit rather than pushing through if you just rely on motivation and tactics alone. I was the person B, guys, and only when I learned this mindset stuffs, that's where things started to change. I mean, it changed how I view the world, how I view people, how I analyze things, and when I started to open my mind, do the things that are possible, and surround myself with high thinkers and doers, that's where all the tactics and strategies make sense to me. Now, for some of you guys, you might fall onto this on in person B as well, right? You don't feel bad about yourself, like, because I resonated to you, because for the fact that I started from there as well. For some of you, you may probably at a situation where you're stretching your last dollar or out in your business to keep it going, or you don't have money, you're lacking money, right? So you may not have the support from your family or friends or spouse in business, but and also some as well also have a full-time job, right? As you can see right here, right? They have the full-time job and pretty much spending like 40 to 80 hours a week in your job. Some of you could be in a horrible situation in life where you feel like the whole world is stuck against you and life is being unfair to you. And just right now, you want a change. I want you to realize that how you think about things will change your situation. You literally look at the adversity in your life of all the bad things happen and turn it into a gift. So I wanted you to stand and to like realize and understand right now that if you are someone who have a very little money, living paycheck to paycheck, your health is horrible, your bad relationship, and your current situation makes you feel that the odds are stacked against you, I want you to realize that you can turn it upside down. Just so you know, if you watch the free training I'm giving you when you join in this group, one of the success students of my mentor is from a third world country. And she was so poor that she ate coffee just to suppress her hunger. I mean, she is one of the success story of my mentor that slapped me in my face. Or should I say, on our face. What's your excuse, Ariel? Huh? What is it? If that person can be successful, what's your excuse? And then there are people who have invested in a course or a mentoring program or spending thousands of dollars, and they have all the resources and money, and yet they don't have results. Why is that so? Think of it, right? Like give me any suggestion. What do you think about it? That there are people who literally so poor but they manage to become successful, and then there are people who have all these resources, they got money to invest, but they're not successful, right? Just hang on, guys. I just need to drink some water. All right, guys. So I want you to understand, like, it doesn't matter where you start right now in your life. It's how you think and apply the necessary required actions for you to get the results. If you can embrace and have an open mind on the idea and the this will turn your life around and it will determine if you're going to be successful in life. And this is how you think. These mindset stuffs are often neglected, but hands down, this is one of the most important thing you should be focusing on first. Because I believe that what the rest of us believe, that to be successful is like 80% is mindset and 20% tactics or technical. This is what we should like ingrain in our brain. Tactics and technical strategies keep on changing. They evolving, they keep on innovating it. Like how does the yellow pages work before may no longer working right now, right? So it changed, it evolves. But your mindset, if you don't get your mind wired right, you won't adapt on the changes. You won't succeed. You will quit eventually the first time your obstacles hit you, right? You can definitely execute the technical if you get your mindset wired right. That's a guarantee. Now, because let's talk about this drawing here, and in this situation, let's say you have a person A and person B right here, right? So let's say both of this person starts from the same situation in life. So obviously, if you're watching this live, you probably have a good job and you're comfortable in life. Just to add in your own things, like you have family, you get commitment and debts need to pay, or whatever it is. This is just an example, and I want you to really open your mind here in what I'm sharing to you. Now, these two person right here are pretty much exact the same person, but they also completely different. Let's say both of the person don't know what to do. They pretty much watch the same video, or attend the same events, or they completely never heard about making money online, and they both don't know where to start. They can also be possibly like no support from their family, from friends or spouse, that they literally have to stand up their own feet. Now, for some of you here might not have the support of their spouse, no support from their parents or friends or any people around them. I can tell you one thing. Inside our family, in our private family group, I read people's stories, how their family is not being supportive, their spouse, they literally have friends that made fun of them doing in this business. And I completely relate in that, except for my wife who supports and trusts every decision I made in my life. And of course, my number one fan, Aya, my daughter, as you can see on our banner, right? When I decided to start changing my situation, I have friends, they literally make fun of me, throw some comments that really got into my nerve, and say something like, "You're ambitious, you're greedy, you can't run a business. Who do you think you are? I mean, you're wasting your time in a pipe dream. I mean, you can't be successful. You don't deserve it." And these are the people who've been like my drinking buddies, or the people that I spend most of my time. Have you ever felt that, guys? Like, do you have this kind of like idea, and you share it to your friends, who you thought that you're going to like, they're going to support you, or like support you or encourage you more, right? But it works the other way around. So I want you to understand that I was surrounded by poor-minded people. They don't have dreams, no ambition in life, and they're okay with a job, living far from their kids and wife. And as you know, they are my seniors. They spent more than 10 years working overseas, and literally some of them, their children are grown up now. And yet, when I ask them, they would say something like, maybe 5 to 10 years more. Seriously? I can see myself working on the same job for the next 5 to 10 years, not living the life that I want, how I want, and spend my time to who I want, right? My family, my daughter. I can't see myself watching my daughter grows in a 4-inch screen of a cell phone. So I have to make a decision. And I can tell you it's not easy to leave a pack and walk on your like own path. But as I grow, I started to embrace and learn to be alone without being lonely. So I literally distance myself, and I only talk to few people who are aligned to my mentor's teaching and what I'm doing right now. And I met amazing people down the road. You see John, you Lance, Jenny, Katie Lamb, like Ron, all these people. I met them along the road. Think of it, guys. There are people who will come to your life for some reason, and some are for a season. You gotta know the difference. I want you to understand that it doesn't matter where you are right now. If you think, if it's how you think, it's how you view the world. You can have no skills right now, or no followers, or no results, and this is one of the common excuses you can hear all the time to people who are just starting out. I don't have skills, I don't have results, I don't have followers. I wanted to shatter that excuse right now for you guys. You need to shatter those excuses. Nobody starts with results. You create results. It's like impossible for you to born and then come out as an expert, right? It doesn't work that way. So let's look at this awesome drawing skills right here. So let's start with these two persons. So this is what person A have. He don't know what to do. Think about it. And the same with the person. A and B is the same person. They come from different background. They come from different from the same background, the same family. They both don't know what to do. They both have no support. They literally have the same but different in mindset. But person A, as you can see right here, he is smiling, right? They are optimistic in life about life. Like they know that no matter how bad their situation right now, there's always a way to change it. Like they have this mindset like, how can I? How can I change my situation? How can I acquire that skills? How can I afford that? How can I earn money to invest? How can I empower myself in this situation? Their mind is working on possibilities and keep looking for solutions. While person B is just life sucks. They play the blame game. And they have this victim mentality where they never took responsibility on things that is happening in their life. Think of it, guys. How many times you met a person in your life that everything that happens in their life is never their fault? Never ever their fault. I mean, it's their boss's fault, it's the government fault. They blame all the outside circumstances and never take ownership in their life. Now, you just met one. How do you think I know all these things? Because it was me. I was this person B before. So person A thinks differently. Person A don't know what to do, right? So what they do is they go out there and look for a mentor. They also don't know what to do. They start from nothing. Same with person B. So what they do, they go for mentor. They go to YouTube, right? They don't have money to go to attend to like events, so they watch free training. All right, this is what person A do. Watch YouTube, and then they join different Facebook groups to learn from people. They keep asking questions and filter those ideas and advice, or they go to library to read books. And up to this moment, I assume that you already watched the free training I'm giving to you when you join in this group. Because if you haven't watched that, you can find it in the description, and it's a free training, right? Nothing to lose. Instead of making excuse and telling yourselves like, I don't know what to do, these are the people. Instead of doing that, they will like say that, okay, if I don't know what to do, who I can learn from. If they find a mentor, they will think this way. I don't have money right now. How can I earn money so that I can invest in him? Or how can I earn this time to give me some advice? What can I do for him or her in return of giving me advice? They keep looking for a solution, right? Now, this is what person B does. They say something like this: I'm confused. Have you ever said this, guys? Okay? They watch YouTube, they watch different, they take different advice, and then they sell this. I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. So basically, what they do is they learn helplessness. I read one article about it where they conduct an experiment to a dog, and what they did is they will like ring a bell and then they will give a light shock to the dog, and after a number of times, the dog will react to the shock even before it happened as soon as the dog heard the bell. And it reacted as he like already been shocked, even if it's not. So and then what they did is they put the dog into a large crate that was divided down in the middle with a low fence. The dog could see and jump over the fence if necessary, but the floor on the side of the fence was electrified, but not on the other side of the fence. So it was on a half. Now here's the thing: they put the dog on the electrified side, they give it a light shock. They expected the dog to jump on a non-shocking side of the fence, but instead the dogs lay down. It was tough that they learned from the first part of experiment that there was nothing they could do to avoid shock. So they gave up in the second part of the experiment. This is the exact same thing as learning helplessness. Person B feels that there's nothing they can do about it. And when presented with an opportunity that required them to go out of their comfort zone, it's a threat. We fear it because we are trained not to think outside the box. These stuffs are not taught in schools. And this is what society tell us to do: go to college, build a family, get a job, and work for 20 to 40 years, retire, and then die. This is how we've been trained since day one. We are trained helplessness from college, from our parents, and from society we belong to. This is where the victim mentality at its best. And it's so much easier to play the victim so they won't have to take responsibility of anything that is happening in their life. And they say things like, is the society, is the mentor, is the people who they surround themselves with. They literally saying that they don't control their own life. Now, the next thing is, let me drink some water first, guys. No support. So as you can see, what does person A do? They say no support, all right? What they do? They do it Anyway, all right, even if you have no support, will you let that stop you? I always have these guys. So what person A do, successful person do, they do it anyway. They do it regardless of the situation. They are like they may not have the support of their spouse, their family, friends, but they still do it and tell themselves, "Hey, you know what? I think I gotta keep working on my dream silently. I may not be able to tell everybody my dreams and ambition and disappear for a while, but I'm gonna show them and prove them that I can do this." You know, one of the best motivation you can ever use is when people doubted you. When everything around you turned their back on you and your back is against the wall, and the only way you can do is to break that wall and prove them wrong. That's one of the best motivation you can ever have. I remember back in the days when I started in this business, I was literally no tech knowledge. I mean, I never run an online business before, never do business before. And the people who I share these ideas and the lessons that I'm learning right now, they tell me what do I need to do. And online thing is just a scam. And told me like I'm so ambitious. And what I did is I used this as a motivation to keep pushing and prove them wrong. That doesn't mean you got to look down to people and hate them, right? And as you know, to be completely honest, I felt bad that time, but now I'm thankful for them because I learned how to use them as a fuel to keep me going because it pushed me to like really work hard and prove that this thing works. I want you to understand that success requires no approval from anyone. You don't need a permission from anyone to play big. You need to give permission to yourself to play big. You have to place a bet on yourself, right? Because like nobody's going to bet on you except for yourself. Now let's go to person B, right? Here's what they do. They blame other people. They execute like what they can't do the work. They have this famous alibi like if only, right? They have this common famous alibi if only. They blame people and they have this. Okay, hang on to my penmanship. My it never changed since I was studying, right? like they use this is if only like if only I have support from my wife, if only I have my friends support, if only I have money, if only I have my mom and dad support me, if only like the world supports me, right? So this is like perfect excuse to do nothing, right? They just watch other people getting results. Now, what about no money? I heard this all the time, and you probably said this before to yourself, right? For the people who had been following me since day one, I start this group. I share in some of my lives about how I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and most of the time, I literally have to borrow money from my colleague just to survive until payday. I'm really bad in handling finances, right? But when I decided to change and I know that I need to come up with the money to invest, I mean, excuse me guys, I become super conscious about my expenses. I sold stuffs that I don't use on carousel. I work more overtime because I know I need to come up with that money, right? So I stopped drinking alcohol as well. I avoid such like gatherings party because I know I will just spend my money on it. So while everyone is queuing up on the latest Jordan shoes, iPhone, partying all night, I was sacrificing on my environment, on my enjoyment, on to be able to build this business. And if you follow me long enough, you will notice that I really have some few shares I keep using over and over again. And I learned that if something is really important to us, we will find a way. So what does this person A does? They are definitely resourceful. All right? These are all skills you need. Guys, this is free, right? Resourceful, all right? They may not like have all the money, but instead of saying I don't have money or like I can't afford that, they will say things like how can I make money? So they may try to like do freelance work or if something like a side hustle or like a sell stuffs online or stuffs that they don't use. or even money, or even borrow money to find a way. Now, what's the person B, like a person that who will never be successful will do, or the person B is this: they use this as an excuse and literally do nothing, right? I mean, I don't have money, so what to do? I mean, I won't do anything. I don't have money, then I'll just live life like this, an average, poor. They say something like, I can't start a business because I don't have money. Instead of finding a way to start, so they do the exact opposite. And that's it. Do nothing. You can start YouTube for free, they can attend seminars or training for free, but they choose not to do, right? They find a way, like AKA an excuse why they can't start. Now, the next thing is, let's say you have a full time job. So, person A or the successful person find a way to manage their time. Okay? Managing their time, right? They have very little spare time, but they treat their time as the most valuable asset they have. And this is one thing that I notice to people that are not successful is that they are not willing. You see, guys, the difference here? I hope you see the difference of successful person and an unsuccessful person. They're not willing to give up. Like they're not, like, like some kinds, like we have this kind of like habit that makes us enjoy pleasure. Unsuccessful person people are not willing to give up any of their time to things that will have a positive impact or change in their lives in the future. They spend their time on things that gives them short-term pleasure and enjoyment, like watching Netflix, social media, parties, other mindless stuffs that they will have a short-term pleasure but a negative impact in the future. Just so you know, guys, I love all these things. I do all things before, but now I train myself to earn it. I don't just watch movies or read books for the sake of going through it and relax. I make sure I treat it as a reward. Now, for some of you, like reading a book may not seem like a reward, right? But it's something I enjoy now rather than watching Netflix. I don't read books before, like most people does, but this is something I embrace and learn to love in this process. And I sacrifice most of my time in the business. Successful people know that if they sacrifice early, they can reap the rewards in the future and enjoy the rest of their life, while everybody else are complaining 20 to 30 years down the line why they don't have financial freedom. Think of it, guys. When I go back to Philippines, I will be spending more time to my family, which I treat as a vacation for many years. As you know, I've been here in Singapore for 7 years, and my vacation is spending time with my family like for a week. Now, for other people, this may seem not a vacation for you, and it doesn't mean that it has to be yours too, but it's something that I value the most, spending quality time with my family. And when I go back home this year, I'm not gonna go back there to find a job. I will be going full time in this business. And I will be training my daughter together with my chosen team, who our main focus is to help people who are driven, passionate, and determined to make a life-changing impact to someone's lives. Because when you truly help someone, money will just follow. That's a fact. This business is already working. I just have to scale it, rinse it, tweak, and repeat the process. Now, for most people say, like, I don't want to sacrifice my time for my family, right? But understand this. Give me a yes if this analogy makes sense to you, guys. Let me drink some water first. Guys, think of it. Anytime you want something, you're going to sacrifice something in return, right? Or like if you want something, you need to pay for it, right? Now, I'm not telling you to sacrifice your family forever, but you may not. But you may have to talk with them and have explained things briefly and say like, "Hey, look, I need a quality time and extreme focus for 1 year in order for us to have a better life and live a life where we can get whatever we want or how we want and when we want it for the rest of our lives. You know, whatever it is you desire, you gotta have some sacrifice you need to give up in order to get that. You can't get something for nothing. There's always a price to pay, whether you like it or not. I was a dumb who took 10 years in college to finish a degree and without any knowledge about running a business. Do you think I can know all these things and build profitable online business if I don't sacrifice something? I was living paycheck to paycheck and literally begging for someone to lend me money just to survive for the month. It's hard to admit, but I was broke. Do you think that sacrifice are worth it? I do. Give me a yes if this really makes sense to you guys. Like most people overestimate what they can do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, but they underestimate what they can do in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years if they have an extreme focus on one thing and focus on mastery. And if you say I have full-time job and I don't have time, I mean, what it means is that building a business is not as important to you because you would rather spend your time doing fun stuff like watching Netflix, attending parties, doing all these things. That's not sorry, it's not going to move your life forward, right? So if you have a job, trust me, I know the feeling. I still have a job. We're on the same boat. Life is like riding a boat on a river, and we all know our default destination is the ocean, the sea, right? Most people, they just lay down on the boat, watching the trees as the boat passes through underneath the trees, like, and we don't realize that the paddle is just beside us, and you can pick it up, sit up, and start rowing the boat in the direction you want. And as you row it, it will give you some kind of like uncomfortable feeling. Oh, this is hard. It requires energy, and soon you start to feeling some pains on your shoulder. Oh God, man. But what it does, it leads you to different route where you will have to see a different environment or a beautiful experience, which most people will never had a chance because they choose to ignore the paddle or the opportunity. Do you see the point here, guys? Give me a yes if this makes sense to you, right? And please smash that heart button if you get value in this lesson. And just to share what I do, my job starts from 8:30 to 5:30, right? So I woke up at 5 a.m., I meditate, I exercise, I study, and at 7 a.m., I will start to prepare for my work and leave the house at 8 a.m. And after work, I reach home around 6 p.m. 6 to 8 is where I prepare my food and call my family. So 8 to 11 is I'm doing my business task. And as so you know, guys, 10 minutes before my 10 minutes like before 8, m- like before 8 o'clock in when I start to do business, my phone will alarm and my daughter start to have this sad face because, oh, Papa, it's time to go. And to be honest, it's really hard for me to say goodbye, and sometimes I just have to allow her to watch me, and I just mute her so she can see me but we can't talk. What I want you to realize here is that success is not always pretty picture people shows on social media. It's like showing you the tip on an ice of an iceberg. Success requires sacrifice, and it's going to be messy when you're starting out. That's a guarantee, guys. When you learn to accept that that's just life and it's not going to be fair, I can tell you your life will be easier. Think of it. If everything you want had been given to you without facing any obstacles or struggles or challenges, that how are you going to react if suddenly life throw a challenge for you? So I can guarantee you that those people who always seek happiness, their life is hard because happiness comes from suffering. I want you to realize, guys, that if you're willing to pay the price and you're willing to manage your time, build the discipline, and sacrifice some short term pleasure in return for long term gains, your life can change and you can do those things that you wanted to do, like travel, vacations, having financial freedoms, and doing the things that you really wanted without asking anyone's approval. Think of it, guys. That's a life. Now, the next thing is having no skills. So what does person A do? Simply, if they don't know how to do this, they will invest and learn how to do it. They use this ILT, which I already shared to you previously, right? They are willing to invest in themselves. They say something like, I don't know how to build funnels. I don't know how to do Facebook ads, or I don't know how to set up my autoresponder. I'm not good in tech. What they do is they go to YouTube, watch tutorials, ask support, buy courses, find a mentor, read articles, join some group, ask some help. They don't let anything they don't know to stop them. They will lean on it and figure it out. They may not have the skills yet, but they know that it's learnable. If other people can do it, like so can I. They are willing to sacrifice their time to immerse themselves on something to learn it because they know that these are skills they need to allow them to pay the bills and live the life they truly want. They need all these high income skills, right? I just drink some water, guys. Give me a yes if you agree with that, right? So now let's go to person B. What do you think person B does? Same thing. They confuse themselves. They say like, I don't know how. Instead of learning, instead of investing, instead of asking for help. I don't know how. Then put some period, okay? Okay, I don't know how. I won't do anything about it. They love to play the victim and say something like, "Oh, I can't do that. It's just the way I am. I'm not tech person. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I don't know what affiliate marketing is." So what they do is this: they consume a lot of information and they never put it into use. They never take action, and what it does is they get them overwhelmed because most of them they follow 50 gurus, listen to different podcasts, keep on chasing the next big idea, and they get frustrated. And guess what? They quit. It's not for me. Online thing is a scam. This is what this person does. There are people who reach out to me and tell me that they can't stay on free training because it's too long for them. That's why they don't even reach to the point where they will have a free access they will be given to a course. It's kind of odd, right? It's kind of odd, really. Like, you wanted to be successful, but you can't even stick on an hour long training. How do you think it's going to happen? So, the next thing is no results. What this person A does, same thing. They invest, they learn, they teach, and they get the results from that. So, what they do is they create content, they start producing instead of what? Instead of consuming information, they start to produce. They give value to the marketplace to attract the audience that they can help. They join different group and help people to teach what they just have learned. And while they do that, they learn the lesson faster. So what does person B does? I don't have results. I can't get results. People won't believe in me and keep telling themselves the same story, excuses, and all the alibis why they can't get the results. They nurture their victim mentality by believing the same old lies they created so they won't have to take responsibility of their current situation. And I want you to realize, guys, like this is really like if you ever have this value, if you get value in this, like are you one of this person? Are you one of definitely you will you are one of this person, right? But look, you observe yourself, right? Think of it, guys. Like I just need to drink some water here. Oh, that's not live. If you're watching this live, just hashtag live, guys. If you're watching this replay, just hashtag replay. So now, all right. So let's go. You will finally meet person C right here. Okay. So now, right. Okay. This is like a fastest way to reach your goals. It's a simple straight line, not a circle, not a zigzag, just a straight line. So let's say your goal is to have a 10K, $10,000 a month, or you wanted to be able to help your family, or you wanted to be able to help other people, or you wanted to build your legacy, or to live a laptop lifestyle, traveling around the world without having to worry about finances, and whatever your goals are. And this is what most people fail to realize. You have to take these small steps one at a time. You see these steps? right? You gotta take a step one at a time. You can't go jump here, right? Think of it, guys. You going to take the step one at a time until the dots are connected. You see what person B, well, like what are they going to do? Like here, woo, they start here and they jump all the way there. This is what person B does. They skip this part. They skip all these steps, right? They just look at the results and they fail to see the step that they need to be taken in order to get that. That's why they easily get scammed. They attracted to easy money, like, whoa, 10,000 in 30 days, ask me how. And once they sold and they see the processes, all these steps, all these little steps that needs to be done, and they learn for a few weeks and then they quit. Oh, it's a scam. That mentor is a scammer, right? I've seen these things every single day. Give me a yes if you've seen this type of message post promising unrealistic results. Don't get me wrong, this can be achieved, but it takes massive amount of action taking and lacing taking like a laser focused direction to be able to achieve that. And this is what person A does. They just like, oh, this is the next step, right? Oh, this is the next step. Okay, this is the next step. I do this one. Okay, I learn this one. Okay, this is the next thing I need to do. I next and then after that, it's just keep on following the next step. They don't jump around like person B, right? They focus on one step at a time. What happened is like they go to this like Tony Robbins like so-called this circle of awesomeness. Person A doesn't start from 100% belief in themselves. They also have doubts. They ignore it and like they have faith in themselves. So what they do is they take like okay, wait. They take like a little bit of action here. Let's write here. Okay. They take a little bit action, then they get a little bit of results, all right? So these are the results. This is how you get results, guys. You don't start with results, you start with taking action. And when then they get results and boom, this thing works, then their beliefs is here. They start to believe themselves. Oh, it really works, guys. So let me see. Let me double down, right? Let me do it again. Then they start to take action again. Right? This is the circle of awesomeness. This is what Tony Robbins is mentioning all about. It's happening every single day for the people who are working to be successful. This is how success works, guys. It's a process of becoming a better version of yourself daily. Money is just one way to measure it. So one thing that you need to do if you wanted to be successful is to open your mind to possibilities and bet on yourself that if other people can do it, so can you, right? You gotta change your focus on what you could go wrong and start shifting in what could go right. Look at these guys. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times and he only need one that works to be successful, right? I guess that like you ever heard that, right? Okay, give me a yes if you ever have this experience in yourself where you do something and you don't get the results and then your self doubt start to kick in like it start to kick in you, like you start to believe in and you feel like you're not good enough to be able to build a business. Because I'm here to tell you guys, start doubting your doubts because your mind is designed to make you safe and comfortable. It's not designed to make you rich. It's not designed to make you successful. You gotta control your mind and not your mind control you. This is what most people do. They say like try something to like let's say I want to do Facebook lives and they see, oh, nobody's watching, I'm not good enough, I think they don't like me, and what they do like today, guys, nobody's watching, right? But if you're watching this replay, I will appreciate that. So type in hashtag replay watching this replay, and if you reach at the up to this point, yeah, if they consume like another information, they try another one, They quit before they even hit their first breakthrough. This is why most people are living in circles and they never get to where they want to be in life. They just keep bouncing around in life, keep looking for easy quick fix on their life. Just so you know, guys, I never heard of affiliate marketing before, and I never really know about this online marketing. I found out ClickFunnels after I got curious and I scanned a barcode in one of the book I bought. From there, I learned the concept of affiliate marketing and then I learned how it works. Then I learned how to build funnels. Learn how I learned after that how to integrate email or autoresponder. Then I learned how to write email copy. Then I learned how to do marketing, closing, pre-frame, Facebook lives, YouTube videos, and now I'm doing webinar lives. These are all the steps that I take, guys. Like this webinar, Facebook lives, funnel, all these things. And finding my mentor and finally building my own business, which is going to be my scapegoat in being a corporate slave and to go home and be with my family. That's how I started, guys. And you are in complete advantage right now from knowing all these things plus the training I'm giving you access with. That's how you get successful in life, one step at a time. And what unsuccessful people does is they focus on the path of gold right here. All they think is about here, their goal, their goal, they are, oh, I want this, I want all this, I want this. You see these goals here? You see all these goals here, guys? All he think about is about this. He never realized the steps that he need to take in order to get that. Give me a yes if this makes sense, guys. You need to take all these steps. You can't skip this. The only way, the shortest path you can have is to find someone who already done what you wanted to do, like mentor, right? If you already have one, if you already have a mentor and you're getting results from what he teaches, I want you to focus on that, right? But if you don't have it yet and you're just trying to consume all the free information out there, you're probably spending a lot of your time trying to connect all the dots. And I tell you guys, you will the moment you start investing and literally see the step-by-step process, you will doubt like I thought like I wish I had invested way before. I wish I had known this way before. I wish I find a mentor way before so I didn't waste the time. I mean, you can connect all these dots, you can summarize, but you need to know the exact step you need to take, a process so you can save your most precious asset, which is your time, not your money. You can earn it back, but not your time. Understand this, guys. Like, success is built daily. So now let's rebuild the missing person in this drawing, which is the person C, right? So I choose person C. Person C is I put this up, right? Okay. Person C is here. It's basically the combination of these two, right? Person C stands for change. This person C is the person who are once person B and now become a person A because he embraced changes in life. Not everyone is born having a positive views in life, but everyone is giving a chance to make a choice to change. So here is my wish for you guys. If currently you're in this person B down here, you gotta have to be aware of it and be honest with yourself. Say something like, you know what, you know what, I'm done with this. I gotta change. I think like successful people does because when you do that, your life's gonna change and it will open a million of possibilities for you to be able to achieve that. And just to reveal as well the missing secret of the book Think and Grow Rich is the title itself. Think and Grow Rich. Okay, guys, so that's for all for me for today. I hope you get value on this. So Basically, that's all my presentation all about. And smash that heart button, and please comment value if you really get value and you're watching it live, or you're watching this replay, hashtag replay, or your hashtag live. So if you watch this, I would appreciate your time and um, your presence here. All right, guys. So that's all for me. So thank you for tonight. See you. Bye bye.